does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back again today for another game review charged by BoardGameExchange.com, the only board game rental website. Today I'm very excited to be checking out Countdown by Kadako. This is for 2 players, ages 6 and up. It'll take you about 5 minutes to play. And in Countdown, this is an educational game where you will be rolling dice, trying to get different numbers between 1 through 10, and racing to get numbers 1 through 10 using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Sound intriguing? Let's open it up and see how it plays. Alright, so inside of Countdown, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get. First and foremost, you're going to get your handy-dandy rule booklet. Mine has seen better days, but obviously this has seen a lot of children, so that completely understand it. It's very simple, incredibly simple game. The rules are 1 page, double-sided, no color, and you'll probably need it once to learn how to play the game, and another time when you play the junior play version, which is also in here, which I like the fact they have an adult version, well, an adult version and then a junior version. But what you're going to get in the game is you're going to get this nice, sturdy wooden board, and you're going to get 2 dice, and that's it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take turns, and your job is to try and get rid of all your numbers. How do you do that? Well, you're going to take turns. You're going to roll both your dice. So, I got a 2 and a 3. So, what I can do with this is I can add them up, and if I wanted, I could get rid of 5. Or I could say, oh, you know what, 3 minus 2 is 1, so I could get rid of 1. Or I could multiply them and say 3 times 2 is 6, and I could get rid of 6. Or I could divide them and say 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, but there is no 1.5, so that's probably not your best course of action. But anywho, I'm just going to take 3 minus 2 and I'll get rid of 1. And then the next player is going to take their turn, they're going to roll, and they're going to have a 5 and a 3, and they say, alright, I'm going to get rid of my 5 plus 3, I'm going to get rid of my 8. The next player does it. And they have a 2 plus 3, so they're going to get rid of their 5. And then this player's going to go 5 plus 3 again. Oh no, I have an 8 again. But luckily, I can minus them and say 5 minus 3 is 2. You can get rid of his 2. But you're going to be going back and forth trying to get rid of all of them. There's some various different rules, like if you get an 11, then you can also get rid of your 1. And if you roll double 6s, you have to put everything else down. But if you roll double 6s, your game is essentially crippled and you're going to lose anyway. So I don't really like that rule. But that is how Countdown is played. Very simple game. Alrighty then, Countdown by Kadako. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, the game is not going to be for everybody because it is an incredibly simplistic game. It is just rolling dice and doing multiplication, subtraction, addition, and division. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less, and obviously you're going to know right now if this is the game for you. Moving on to the pros though, this is a very sturdy game. This is a very fun game if you're playing with one kid who's learning to do math. I really enjoy playing this game in my classroom. Now, a lot of my kids don't get it, but once they start to get there, they're like, hey, I can start adding, and we can start playing the game. And it's awesome, like, oh, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, and I just tell them to add up the little numbers on the dice. You can play this game with kids, I'd say, as early as 5 to 10. Very easily, and they're going to have a lot of fun. And the great thing I really like about Countdown is it scales well. Obviously, when you first start, you're just going to do addition. And then you can probably knock out 1, 2, and 3. And you can just do 4 through 10. But once they get a little bit older, you can start doing subtraction. And then you can add all the numbers in there. And then once they get a little bit older, you can start doing multiplication and division. Countdown is a fantastic game that needs to be in every single classroom from, I'd say, kindergarten to 3rd or 4th game. And it needs to be in your house if you have children who are trying to learn simple math. Simple as that. Countdown by Kadako. Fantastic game. Love this game, even though it's more of an educational tool than a game. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your time, YouTube.
That was the review for Countdown. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner. Also check out BoardGameExchange.com, the nationwide board game rental service.